But now we're going to get right into this and see overall how this is going to go. Looks like the overlay is not working here. So let me check that out 1 second here, guys. It's not going to be as professional as the other streams. However, we are definitely going to see how fun this is going to be. But let's see how this is going to go. There we go. And it looks like we got the overlay up and running once again. And we're going to see overall how this game is going to go. Team White trying to start right off the bat. Really strong here. But Team Gray are holding down the pressure. The one player that we're really going to have to make sure he steps up in this match is probably Pixacar. Even though he's had a lot of clips this season, his positioning and rotation have not allowed his team to really prosper to the ability that we all know they can. Here comes Pixar, takes the ball down the field. It's going to be over to the side. It's going to be taken over by App Manager. App Manager now going to clear the ball over to the backboard, looking for a center. Isn't able to get back to it, but Pixar ends up misreading that ball, and Team Gray are going to score first. Very solid first goal there from Team Gray, and they're going to continue their push to be one of the better teams in Havoc Esports. Here we go. Up to the kickoff once again. Memento will win this one solidly over Avdiel's head, but Avdiel and the rest of Team Gray have been grinding. Well, not so much Tally, but App Manager and Avdiel have been grinding twos, ran them into twos right now. Ran them into twos a couple days ago, and that was probably the worst twos match ever because they're just such huge monkeys. I managed to win the match, but it's a very high-level play style where even though it's high risk, high reward, Team Gray seem to have found a way to be consistent, at least throughout the first part of the season. And everybody in chat, you guys are my co-casters for tonight, so welcome. How y'all doing? Looks like from Furlash, Luke, why do you sound so dead? I've been on Rocket League for around 5 hours earlier today, and then I found out I had to cast this match. However, I'm going to do my best to give you guys a good cast for you guys tonight. But overall, it's going to be fun to see how well all these teams perform. That's going to be Panda following on the ball here. It's going to be pinch out mid by Tally. And now Pixar taking possession down the field. Try to get it around one, and Avdiel will take possession. Pixar will pinch the ball mid. It's going to be back over to Avdiel. And Memento will hit the ball towards the backboard for Tally to clear the ball away once again. However, Team White still managing to stave off most of the pressure here, but the player that we're still going to be having to have a look at is Pixar. But now it's going to be back over to Memento. Memento will end up losing it over here to the side. Now it's going to be back over to Panda. Panda. Back over to Memento. Memento is now going to pinch the ball over to the backboard. It's going to be taken away now. Here, back over to the side. Here comes Pixacar once again. Pixacar trying to take the ball over to the side. It's now going to be back over to App Manager, and App Manager will clear the ball down, but here comes Pixacar. Looks for a pass across to Memento, just isn't able to connect. And here's going to get clear. The ball's going to clear away once again. Now back to App Manager, gets the flip reset in front of the goal, and Pixacar will clear away. Pixacar now trying to maintain possession. Pinches the ball up. Be taken away now to the backboard by App Manager. Here comes App Manager. Pinches the ball past one. Tries to flick the ball out mid, but it will be intercepted here by Tally. Looks for a strong shot. Memento will get the save at the final moment. And now it's going to be over to Memento once again, taking the ball down the field. Team White still held to 0 goals. But here comes Avdiel. Avdiel ends up leaving it. It's going to be back to App Manager. Pixar ends up leaving it, and Panda now going to take possession here at the side wall. Panda looks for a little bit of a pinch. Will get it past everybody except Avdiel. And one of the things that Avdiel has really been working on that we have to take to know everybody is how he plays third man. Of course, in the past, he's been known to be one of those players who will do a third man Sam, do a lot of South American teams will do, and their third man will just push up really aggressively in front of that midfield line. But as we've seen Avdiel mature over the last season or two, we've seen him really realize that he can be behind that midfield line and allows him to keep so much pressure, especially with Amar and Tally, who are very aggressive. Tally is a very smart player, but he's not the best third man. So seeing Avdiel use his mechanics to hold down the fort, so to speak, for his team, it's a great aspect of Rocket League that we love to see. Ball's now going to be hit over to Memento. Memento isn't able to get the touch he needs on that ball. It's going to be taken out by App Manager. Panda is going to be the one to the pre-jump, and is going to put the ball to the backboard is Pixacar. Pixacar looks for a pass mid. It's going to be over to Panda. Panda gets the 50-50. Not going to be trying to lose the 50 back to Memento. Memento Now back to Pixar. Pixar trying to take it slow. Gets it around 1. Gets it around 2. Can he get it around 3? Looks like that's going to be Avdiel bumped on the back line, but his teammate rotates in just in the nick of time to give him the time they need. Ball to the backboard. Over to Panda. Panda has an empty net. Wasn't able to put the ball on target, though, and Tally's going to take possession now. Ball now over to Pixar. Pixar over to App Manager, and Panda will now put the ball to the corner wall. Panda looking for the follow-up, now back to Pixar. Pixar now back to App Manager, and that ball's going to touch the ground, ladies and gentlemen. We got game number 1. Game 1. Looks like we got a message in Benji from the chat saying that Team White's got to represent the old guard. Let's see if Team White can manage to do what they need to do. Here comes Panda, has a chance to shoot it on target. It goes right to Tally, and that's going to be shot right on target there from Pixar. Over to Memento, and that's going to be a goal right off the bat here for Team White, as it looks like they're finally warmed up into the series. Tally, who should have put the ball over to the corner there, just wasn't able to do so, and App Manager wasn't able to keep possession over to the corner. And it looks like it's going to be Tally actually getting an own goal off the very awkward shot there from Memento. Ball back over to Memento. Memento ends up leaving the ball. It's going to be Panda on the back wall trying to maintain possession. Here comes Panda going over the sidewall. Isn't able to get back to it. Ball's going to get to the backboard. It's going to be taken over now by Memento. Avdiel now has a chance to take possession. It's going to be over to Pixar. Pixar tries to get the ball around 1. Isn't able to do so. It's going to be Panda actually gets a miss on the back wall. Going to set up Avdiel. Wasn't able to put a shot on target. But Team Gray, after that first goal, are starting to pile on the pressure once again as they were. Panda trying to maintain possession. Now he's going to be hit over to the side. Now back to App Manager. App Manager trying to maintain possession. Now going to be over to App Manager once again to try and do something with this ball. Ball now over to Tally. Tally over to the side now. He pinched forward. Now back over to Pixar. Pixar trying to maintain possession. Will get the ball around 1. Now going to be over to Avdiel once again. Avdiel over to Pixar. Look at this control here coming out from the young man. It's going to be Pixar trying to do a lot in regards to taking the ball up the field. If we can see him continue to take possession and overall just not double commit with his teammates, it's something that will already be a massive improvement from the person that was Pixar in the last few weeks. App Manager now going to be back out to the midfield line. Team White still managed to get the lead. Still managed to maintain the lead, but with a brilliant shot there from Avdiel. That's going to be a tied game here at the 3.5 minute mark. This is what we love to see coming out of Avdiel. He came into this league in the promotion and relegation tournament playing for Team Red, and he managed to get them back to the main league with some brilliant striking against both the main league and academy teams that played in that tournament. And now he's on his own team. He's been playing with them now for almost now a full split, and it's going to be interesting to see how Team Gray continue to adapt and grow as a team as the team progresses down the line. Panda wasn't able to get the touch he needs. He's going to recover out to the upfield corner. Avdiel trying to maintain possession. Tally ends up double committing with them, but they keep it away from Pixar, which is always a good idea in most people's books. Pixar is a very mechanical player, and it's very difficult to know how he's going to progress throughout. Pixar ends up getting a poor touch. It sets up the other team. Luckily for him, Panda with a last-second save will keep the ball in the hands of Team White. Great play there from Panda. Now it's going to be back over to Team Gray, who had a miscommunication there. Memento goes for the bump instead, and Team White are going to get the go-ahead goal. Here we go. This is what we want to see out of Team White. Look at this here. Memento saw Avdiel was awkward, couldn't get the ball touch, so he just went for the car, and that's going to be shot straight in the back of the net there from Pixar. And Team White looking poised to try and take back a game in this series. App Manager puts the ball over to the side wall. It's going to be back over to Pixar. Pixar now over to Tally. Tally trying to maintain possession. Isn't able to get the ball. The defense aren't there for the shot, and Tally's going to get possession. This is what we like to see. Avdiel passed the ball mid. Memento ends up missing, and Tally ends up actually just completely dusting him. Panda was not ready for that. Team White, they used to be able to just go full on at the ball, just completely go as fast as possible. They'll probably win most of their games, but as we've seen from recent, it's not enough, and it's going to be up to Panda and Memento to really have to step up mechanically if they want Team White to be a full, strong set squad. Ball's going to bounce out middle. It's going to be over to Memento now. It's off the side wall. Now, back to the left field line. It's going to be over to App Manager. App Manager to the backboard. Now back to Panda. Panda now trying to maintain possession. Try to put the ball mid. Now going to be back up to App Manager. Pixar leaves that ball. It's going to be back to Avdiel. Ball bounces out mid over to Memento. Memento ends up leaving it. Manager will pop the ball up high. Pixar should be able to maintain possession here. Ends up just putting it off the backboard. It's going to be an awkward situation here for Team White. As Pixar ends up panicking on the back line. Now, ball's going to be back to Memento. He launches the ball down the field. It's going to be saved away by Manager pretty easily. It's going to get Panda up for the ball. Wasn't able to get the read on it. It's going to be up to Pixar to try and take the ball out to the offensive side. That's going to be a front post rotation there from Panda. Ends up bumping Pixar. Ball into the air, and Memento will stop the ball. However, Team White's still stuck on their own half. A little bit of a cast or curse right there as they managed to put the ball out to the side. Now, ball out to the middle, over to Pixar. Pixar to the backboard. It's going to be a little floater as it barely will be able to hit that backboard if no one touches it. But Tally will clear the ball down the field. Now back to Memento. Memento into the air. Ends up getting dunked on. It's going to be over to Panda once again. Ball to the midfield line. Pixar has a chance to clear the ball away, and he will. Now back to Avdiel. Avdiel over to Pixar. Pixar now puts the ball mid. Gets the dunk on one. It's going to be back to Avdiel. Avdiel now trying to maintain possession. Ball into the air. This is what we like to see out of Avdiel. He's very good on the solo blade mechanics. Over Team White, they've still kept it tied in this game. And now let's see if they can manage to get the lead once again to hopefully be able to bring this series back to a tied series. Memento was barely able not to get the touch of the ball on the ball at that time. But it's going to be over to Panda. Panda will look for a ripping shot, top right corner. It's going to be saved at the final moments. However, Memento is still going to try and maintain possession. And Team White are finally starting to pick up the pressure. This is what we want to see out of Team White. They're a team that's very pressure-oriented, but they've recently fallen out of practice, and they're going to have to try and make sure they get back into this. So when the time comes, Team White will be able to win at the end of the season. Because no matter what anyone says, no matter how much the other teams are grinding, Team White still have the ability to beat any team they face off against. And there we go. Panda with a brilliant strike here in the last 14 seconds will put Team White ahead in game number 2. Right there off the backboard, Team White with the follow-up. And goal number 3 here going over to Panda. Very solid shot coming in from the Panda Meister. But here we go. And now, waning seconds of the game, can Team Gray get the tie, or will Team White get their first win on the board? Team White are looking a lot stronger rotation-wise than they have in the past. That's going to be Panda almost with another brilliant shot. However, will get saved by the 4th man. Manager pass the ball over to the side wall. Follow-up now from Avdiel. It's going to be off the backboard. Memento will now take the ball away, but he isn't able to get back to it in the grand finals last season. And then Team Cyan just barely were able to win in Game 7 versus Team Gray in that semifinal. So this is the first time we've really seen Team Gray versus Team White in a long, long time. Ball bounces out mid. It's going to be taken over by Pixar. It's going to be taken over to the side once again by Panda. Here we're seeing Team White finally start to warm up into it. The game speed is starting to pick up. Pixar looks for a blazing shot on target. He's going to get the demo as well. It's going to be bounced out mid. However, Panda, as second man, ended up forcing the ball a little bit too far, and Memento had to wait back. Now back up to the side wall. And Memento will put the ball in the back of the net. Memento stepping up. Looks like he's also switched cars. Maybe not feeling it on the Octane. Is now going to be stepping up big here for his team by getting the ball right in the back of the net early on. Team White's still going to be looking to be one of the stronger teams going throughout the rest of this season. Memento lose the kickoff here back to Panda. Panda will end up just giving away the ball right away. However, they give the ball right back. Panda passes the ball mid to Pixar. Pixar will look for the shot. Now going to be over to Memento. Memento looks at the shot. It's going to be saved away here by Manager. But Pixar with a brilliant solo challenge is going to put the ball in the back of the net once again. And Team White now up by 2 goals and are going to be looking really strong going into the mid part of this game. However, Team Gray, they're never a team you should think that's going to fall apart. However, we do have to keep in mind, Team Gray were undefeated until they lost to Team Gold last week. And if they lose to Team White this week, that's going to put them right back into the middle of the table when they said they were going to be a top team. But with a brilliant shot there from Tally, it's going to be back within 1, and we're still only a minute into the game, and there's already been 3 goals. And of course, it's Tally, the smart person, one of our best coaches here in Havoc, putting the ball in the back of the net. One person I do want to continue to see stepping up, though, from Team White is Panda. Pixar looks like he's warming up to his normal self, or at least the person that we're expecting to see out of Team White. Memento looking like he's not missing any balls. So Panda used the reason why Team Gold ended up losing that game number 5. Of course, it wasn't the reason why his team lost the series, but in game number 5, he had a lot of poor touches, and it ended up leading to Team White losing against Team Gold when they could have been back towards the top of the standings by now. However, it's going to be back over to App Manager. He pops it over one. Now back to Memento. Memento off the corner wall. Now going to be read here by Memento. Pixcar now taking possession. Couldn't get it past the second player, but Memento's going to take his time here. Memento tries to pass the ball mid. It's going to be back over to App Manager. App Manager ends up setting up Pixcar. Pixcar passes the ball mid over to Memento. Back to the backboard. Pixcar had an empty net shot. Couldn't put it in the back of the net, though. And Panda and Memento are now going to be the ones tasked to keep pressure. Here comes Panda looking for a pass mid. Now back to Pixcar. Pixcar ends up faking it. Memento will take the shot. However, Pixcar is actually the one who blocks him on that one. And Team White are now going to be on the back foot as Avdiel looking for the solo play. Will get it over one. Can't get it past Panda though. But here comes App Manager. Looks at the flip reset. Actually manages to almost get the dunk after a poor touch from the backboard defense. Now it's going to be over to Avdiel. Panda, though, looking for the solo play, ends up not being able to get it past App Manager, but it's still a very close attempt from the man. Now it's going to be over to Panda. Panda trying to take possession. Now over to Pixar. Pixar over to the corner. And it's going to now be a demo there from Panda. Managed to keep the ball mid. Team Gray starting to be suffocated on their own half, but with a whiff there from Panda, it might give Team Gray just the amount of time they need to clear the ball out. However, they end up giving the ball right to Pixar, and they're going to end up having to stay with a couple more possessive touches if Team White want to get out of their half. Memento will clear the ball down and forward. Now the ball's going to be popped out mid. Ball back over to Tally. Tally now trying to maintain possession, isn't able to do so. This ball's going to get popped out to the corner. Ball back up the side wall, over to Panda. Panda tries to flick the ball mid, isn't able to do so. It's going off the side wall once again, back to Memento, over to Tally. Now it's going to be shot here by Pixcar. It's going to be a weak shot though, and Team White are still going to remain in the lead by one, but they have yet to score a really good goal after the second one there from Pixcar. Pixcar looked to get a 50-50, end up getting completely dusted with the ball. He will look for another touch on this ball. And it's now going to be over to Memento. Memento and Panda both be in the air on that one, leaving Pixcar last man back. It's now going to be back in the hands of Avdiel. Pixar, awkward on the back wall, ends up losing a 50-50 over to his teammates, but he actually gets back to that ball and gets another control touch, and that's going to be looking for a team pinch there from Team White. They just weren't able to get the touch they needed to do. As we now have Memento to keep the ball on offense. He was last man back, though, and a 50-50 is last man back is generally not what you need. However, ends up working out here for Team White as Pixar is there for the help. Well, that's going to be a miss there from Avdiel as the third man. Panda will look for a center mid to Memento, and Team White going up by 2 now in the last minute of the game. Team White finally looking solid. They're doing what they can try and they're doing what they do best in regards to these two teams. They're going to try to keep stepping up when it matters most. But Team White, we saw them get on match point last week and ended up losing 2 games in a Team Gold ended up almost losing 2 games in a row, but now it's going to be the Team White to see if they can show that they know how to win. They're up in the lead, and now if they can just keep that going, that's what we want to see. It's going to be another amazing 50 there from Pixar. It's going to be back to Memento. Avdiel will now try to maintain possession. He's going to get it past 1. Gets it past 2, as a matter of fact. Avdiel has an empty net, and he puts it on target. 44 seconds left, and Team Gray are now back within 1. This, ladies and gentlemen, is what we like to see over here from Avdiel. He takes possession really, really well. He's still one of the most improved players in Havoc. He's continuing to improve. He's really trying to push towards the top, not just of Havoc, but trying to go pro as well, really step up. But now it's going to be over to Panda. Panda now ends up getting dusted by App Manager. It's going to be over to Pixar. Pixar gets the ball past 1. It's going to be a beat on there by Tally. And it's going to be over to Memento. Memento trying to maintain possession. Now back over to Avdiel. Avdiel into the air, ends up getting a 50-50 flip reset, but he isn't able to get the ball to a teammate. Now it's going to be a 2-on-1 here. Memento and Panda. Panda gets the pass from Memento. Panda almost gets the dunk, but it's going to be over to Tally and App Manager to clear this one out. Pixar ends up being a very big annoyance there for the other team. Now it's going to be over to Memento. Memento back to Pixar. Pixar will look to lose the 50-50, but he isn't able to do so. Panda now, his last one back, has to get the save. Ball will touch the ground, and no! Right at 0 seconds, Team Gray are going to tie up the game. Panda was last one back. He jumped up early, and the ball is going to go in the back of the net. Oh my goodness, right at 0 seconds too. Oh my goodness, now that is what we like to see. But it looks like we got a raid here from Frost Esports RL. Thank you so much, Frost Esports, for the raid. I hope your guys' tournament went well. If you guys don't know well, I guess people coming in from Frost Esports, this is Havoc Esports. We're currently running one of our postponed matches from last week. That wasn't able to be played, so we're doing that right now. We currently run a league play. It's best of 5 every single week, where for every single team. We have 11 teams in our upper league, which is has GC1s to SSL. Right now we're seeing GC3s and SSL in this lobby for the most part. And if Team Gray managed to win this, I believe they solidify themselves more towards the top of the standings. And if Team White win this, they'll be able to go more towards the top of the standings. Team White, they were the best team coming into this league, but they've lost to a lot of different teams that they probably shouldn't have lost to. And now they're going to have to fight back. But here we go, Team White in the overtime is going to put the ball in the back of the net, and that's going to be the end of game number 3, as Team White, continuing to step up when it matters most, are now going to be on match point. But thank you so much, Frosty's Bub, and I can't wait to see how well all these teams continue to do as this season continues to progress down the line. Both these, and actually we're nearing up on the midway point in our season. We do 2 splits. And in regards to these 2 splits, right now we are in split number 1. Since we have 11 teams in Havoc, we have 10 weeks of league play. And after those 10 weeks of league play, there's going to be something called a promotion relegation tournament, where the bottom 2 teams in the main league and the top 2 teams in our academy league will face off to see who will promote and who will demote. And that's going to be a very interesting coming up after our next couple of weeks. Right now we are currently on week 6, but next week is going to be week 7. So if you guys want to show up every Friday at 6 p.m. PST and every Saturday at 6 p.m. PST, we have our matches, Academy being on Friday, Main League being on Saturday, and you will be able to see some very high-level gameplay from our Main League teams and seeing a lot of people continue to improve and grow potential from the Academy League, since that is our C3 teams and below. And I can't wait to see how well all these teams continue to progress throughout the season. All these players, I've seen them from when they were in Diamond, Champ 1, and now some of them are SSL, GC3. A lot of these players in this lobby are now SSL and GC3. And I've known them now for a long, long time. They've been using this league to improve to the best of their ability. If anybody does want to check it out, you can go to !Discord. We do free coaching for anybody who is on our team in our league. So if you guys do want to go to our Discord and go there, just check it out. You guys will be able to go do so by doing !Discord in the chat. However, right now, Team White and Team Gray still tied 0-0 in game number 4. And Team White still looking to try and get their first series win here in 3 weeks. However, there's going to be a chance for Tally. He isn't able to put the ball in the back of the net, though. A little bit too awkward of a challenge there. It's going to be up to App Manager trying to maintain possession. App Manager had an empty net there, but it's going to be saved away by Memento. Memento trying to maintain possession. We'll end up giving it right back to App Manager, but luckily for Team White, he's on low boost, and Pixcar should be able to maintain possession here out of this one. Pixar trying to maintain possession. We'll get the flick over one. It's going to be back to Memento. Memento pinches this one mid. Over to Tally. Tally back to Pixar. Pixar trying to maintain possession. There we go. Pixar looking for a pass out mid. Now back over to Tally. Tally now trying to maintain possession. He's going to push the ball forward. Over to Memento. Memento will take a long shot. Looks like we have a Rule 1 in the back from the 2 players in Team White and Team Gray. Who was in that Rule 1? It looks like it was Avdiel and Pixcar in the Rule 1. So, sorry, Avdiel and Panda in that Rule 1. So congratulations on Team White managing to get the win there in that momentary 2v2. And it's going to be up to Team Gray once again on the back foot. Remember, if they lose this match, it's going to be the end of their series. And so far, Team White continuing to have to try and do their best to keep this lead going. They've lost the lead, of course, in game number 3. We saw them lose the lead at 0 seconds right after the Frost Esports raid. So let's see if we can get Team White their first series win here after 3 weeks of losing. Here we go. Pixcar trying to maintain possession up the back corner. Puts the ball into the air. Pixcar gets 1 flip reset. Looks for 2. Looks for the final shot. And Panda will actually 50 the ball up to the backboard. App Manager in a very awkward situation just pops the ball up. Memento has a chance to get the goal here. Isn't able to put it away. Now back over to Panda. Pixcar. Pixcar puts the ball forward. Now back over to App Manager. App Manager trying to maintain possession. App Manager back out to the middle. Looks for the shot. It's going to be saved away here by Panda at the final moment. And Memento will clear the ball away. Ball bounces out mid. Team White still with the goal lead. Trying to keep this in a very safe spot here for Team White. That's going to be missed, though, on the back wall by Tally. Tally made me looking a little nervous here coming into this game. But Team Gray still holding up strong, only down by 1 goal here as the game winds down. Ball's going to get 50 to cross here by Avdiel. Panda has a chance here to maintain possession. Panda definitely wanting to step up and show that he's still a very solid player after his poor performance last week against Team Gold in that game number 5. Here comes App Manager. App Manager ends up losing the 50 over to Avdiel. Avdiel isn't able to maintain possession, though. It's going to bounce out to Memento. Memento taking his time, tries to pick it under one, gets the 50-50. Pixar looking for the slow play. Panda ends up pushing up a little far as well. And now Panda looks for the shot, saved away at the last second once again by Avdiel. Ball bounces out midfield line. Back over to Tally. Tally clears the ball down the field. Avdiel looking for the dunk, isn't able to get it on Pixar as he's out of boost. And now Panda in a 1v1 against the last defender, goes for the pop to the backboard. Chance here for Pixar, puts the ball in the back of the net with 40 seconds left. Team White going to take a 2-goal lead. Look at here, Panda ends up, he had the opportunity to go for a complete solo play. Tally covered all the options, so he just goes to the backboard. And that's going to be a very amazing play from Team White there, as they manage to use their teammates, which is something that we haven't seen to them out of recent. And actually, one of the main problems that we did note for, especially when I was co-casting with Benji last week when we were casting their match, was that Team White, they tend to use Pixar as their strategy. Very high-level player. Pixar's been close to B+ before, within, I believe, 70 MMR, in the 6-man server. However, it's still going to be up to Team White to show that they can be a team, because we've seen this in Academy especially, where they have one player who thinks they can carry the team and they end up losing. So if we can see Team White start to utilize rotations, utilize their strategy, we can start to see them back at the top soon. But now Team Gray, they're going to try and score right here, or the series is going to be over. The ball is going to touch the ground here at 0 seconds.